Hi, welcome to my channel, Josh Gordon Music. This is a Line 6 HX Stomp video, and I guess it is a preset, and what it is, I'm going to call it an easy, simple pedalboard preset. So we have the HX Stomp, of course, and I'm running through a Koch Studio Tone 20 watt combo amp, and I know you can't really see the dials on there, just trying to get the stomp in the camera angle, but I have it on a clean channel. Okay, and then the EQ, everything's midway. Bass, mid, treble, they're all at 5. So, and then we have a little reverb on the amp, so that'll save us a block and DSP on the stomp. I'll turn the reverb up a little bit. I don't use too much, I like a bit. All right, so that's the guitar with no effects here from the stomp. So we have 3 switches, and usually the third one by default is the tuner tap tempo. So I've just made it into stomp 3. So I'm gonna have 3 stomp boxes, and this will cover a typical bar gig, like let's call it like a rock top 40 bar gig, and this is what I would use. Okay, and obviously you might want more. I mean, you can go here, there's the expression 4 and 5 input, so you could add a dual foot switch, or you could add 1 foot switch and an expression pedal, set that up so you could have like a wah, and you could have 4 switches. Few choices. But if you just want to be like me for, a simple bar gig, or you're gonna go to an open jam, you're just gonna sit in for a few songs, I just want to bring one thing, and this stomp fits nicely in a gig bag. All right, let's get to making some tones. So the first thing I want is a dirt. So distortion, mono for me. I always start with a tube screamer. There it is, the Scream 808. And let's hear how it is default. Put it on the bridge pickup. Oh, by the way, I'm using a Gibson Les Paul. Okay. So it's okay to start with. I like to stack overdrives anyways. So I'm going to turn the gain down on the screamer. I'm going to put it down to 2. Tone, I'll just put it to 6. Now let's hear the level. Turn it off. Okay, so it seems to be fairly unity there. So I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another drive. Okay. And I usually, for the last few months anyways, I like stacking it with the Stupor OD, the Boss. Now let's check the level. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now you're probably hearing a lot of hum, some hissing, and some of that's coming naturally from the amp, but let's put the noise gate on. So go over to the circle here, flick it on. Okay, now cut the sound. I'll turn it off so you can hear it. There. It also helps, of course, having humbucker pickups for less noise. But this gate, if you're using a Strat and you're using something like this will definitely help kill that infamous 60 cycle hum. Let's hear it again. All right, I like that. That's pretty cool. And we can do some further tweaking with the amp's EQ. You can certainly add an EQ block in here on the Stomp, or you can use the global EQ, but the amp has controls too. See right there, I just turned the bass down a level. I upped the mid a couple of levels, and I upped the treble a bit. I'm gonna, excuse my reach, I'm gonna dial that treble back a bit. I'm gonna leave, so basically I have the bass at about 11 o'clock, mid at 2, treble at 2. All right, I'll leave it at that because we could spend hours shaping the tone to get exactly what you want, but this is more about how to use this as a pedal board. So I'm gonna add a boost because when I want solos, I want a boost. You can have, there's a couple of choices in the distortion here section. You have the good old kinky boost, which is great. And then we have the, what is that called? There it is, the vital boost. I like the vital boost. I find it kind of colors everything a little less than the kinky boost, but kinky boost is fantastic too. So you have a couple of choices. So I mean, you'll dial in the level of boost you want. I'm gonna put this to 4. I'll put it to 4.5. Actually, no, I'll put it back to 5 so you can hear the difference. No boost. With boost. Okay, so we know it works. So far, I got 3 blocks and I only have 3 switches. And I do want to add a couple, I like delay. I absolutely have to have reverb. So if your amp doesn't have reverb, you can add a reverb block. But this amp does have reverb, so I don't need a reverb block, but I definitely want delay. Because basically I want my dirt, I want a lead boost, and then I want delay. Or you know, if I didn't want delay, I would have a chorus or something. So what are we going to do? Because I'm going to basically have 4 blocks and only 3 switches. And then again, this is for more for the beginners out there that are not really familiar with how to set this up. I mean, you intermediate and expert users, you know, bear with me. So what you do, highlight the block. Okay, so we want both. I want both dirts on at the same time because I'm stacking them to get one sound. I want them both on or both off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna touch switch 1. I hope we're gonna touch switch 1. Oh, okay. Well, usually you can just touch this and it'll assign it. So okay, it's not gonna work for me in this video. So then, if you want to do a manual bypass control assign, you can do the 2 page buttons. Do bypass assign. Switch 1. Okay, and then I'll go to switch 2. Same thing. Or sorry, block 2, and then I want that to switch 1. Okay? And then the boost, I'm putting to switch 2. So I'm going to just save my work for now. Okay, so if I go here into this view, okay. So there, you see now I've got my switches. Okay, so as you see, here we have the 2 overdrives on, and now they're off. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go back into view, make sure everything's working there. So yeah, I didn't know why that bypass wasn't working there, just a touch. But anyways, that's okay. Maybe it'll work here when we assign the delay. So I want to add the delay now. So we go here. Let's scroll to delay. Now, I don't think we haven't used very much DSP because we don't have an amp in the cabinet, so we should have tons of delay at our disposal. Like, oh, look, everything. Okay, but what I want some chorus too. So here's one, mod chorus echo. Let's try that out. Yep, and there you go. See, I just touched that switch and there you go. So I guess something wasn't, maybe my index finger, I wasn't feeling my pulse. Anyways, so yeah, you can just either manually assign with the 2-page buttons to bypass control, or you should just be able to touch the switch and do what it just did there with the yes or no, and you hit yes, the green check mark. Anyways, at the delay. So I'm gonna fix the delay time, and again, this is up to your personal preference. Oops, now you see I just touched that first switch and it went back. They are sensitive. So let's go. And this is just something quick. I'm gonna dial in at 600 milliseconds. Feedback, I like a bit of feedback. I'm gonna put 42. Low cut, I'm not gonna care about the low cut and the high cut right now. That's more, you know, you spend some time tone shaping and whatnot. This is just, again, just to see how you set this up. The mix, yeah, that's a high mix, you know, like let's put it to 20. And then we're going to go to the depth. Okay, so I'm gonna put it, let's say 70%, and it's on the chorus. Let's add some trails. Okay, I'll go back to the view. So let's hear it. So I like a little less, I like it a little more subtle. So that's where we go to the mix. I'm gonna put it to 18. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the dirt on. Let's hear, this would be, I'd probably use this more for like if I'm doing something clean, or definitely like I wanna add some little candy when I'm doing a solo. So let's hear it with the dirt. Pretty prominent there, and you can again tinker with it to get it. It's very chorusy sounding, but you can tinker with it. And I mean, again, you can lower the mix. Let's lower it to 15. Okay, and then the depth. Maybe we don't want it so deep. Let's put it to 50. Okay. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to turn all the switches off, go to the view. Doesn't really matter here. We'll go back to here. This is this page here. So basically that's it to get you started. If you want to just use this as a simple stomp box, and this is just the output is going to the input of the amp, because I'm not using the effects loop. This amp does have an effects loop, and you can certainly use it that way if you want. The reason I'm using it this way is to get the tone controls useful on the amp, because when I put this into the effects loop on the back of the amp, it basically all the dials in the front don't matter. There's no, you know, so you could add an EQ to this setup and do your tone shaping there. But this is just quick and easy. This is just like plug and play type of setup. And you don't have to worry about 4 cable methods and all this. And you know, I'm sure some tone junkies out there will be like, hey, you should be doing that way, or this is a better way to set it. I'm sure there is better ways. I'm talking about you just want to play some music. You just want to grab this. You can always set up to some dirt and a boost and whatever other effect that you like that'll get you through your night, and you're going to have fun because it's about playing music. As much as we love tinkering with gear, you don't want to spend your life farting around with this stuff. Get out there and play. That's what you want to do. That's why you picked up the guitar. That's why you enjoy it, to play. So this setup, this doesn't take long to get you started. You can plug it right into the amp and you're on your way, and it sounds good. You know, and again, you can, you know, you can tailor stuff, because you might, you know, I'm in my home studio right now, so it's going to sound one way. So when I say I take this to a gig, which I'm going to this weekend, it's going to sound different. And that's where yes, maybe I'll add an EQ block here. Or you can go here and use a global EQ. Okay, and at your gig, you can just shape it a little more, your preset tones there to how it's sounding within the venue. Okay. So anyways, that's it in a nutshell. It's a simple little preset to get you started, you beginners out there. So you're on your way playing, making some music. That's the important part. That's the goal. Okay. And again, this fits in a gig bag. You take one trip from the car, folks. How good is that? I mean, you can't get much better than that. All right, so as always, I appreciate each and every one of you who have taken the time to watch this video. Let me turn the camera around. Let's see. Okay, and here I am. Let's see, my ugly mug. Okay, so again, yes, I appreciate everybody who's taken the time to watch this video. All the subscribers and returning viewers, thank you so much. For anyone who's new to the channel, thanks for checking my channel out. And if you stuck around this long, appreciate it. Hit that subscription button. Click that notification bell because I will have more presets coming out. So as always, be good. Let's make some music. Take care.